Only Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and down.
Let's see why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl, yeah.
Now, baby, come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
All right, we are live, and we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast, and we're definitely on a high note. Because we got to win, man. We got a much-needed win. We got a tough win against Miami the other day, and, we're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about all things Bills, and I have the guys with me. Our guy, your guy, Matt, a.k.a. Matty Ice. Matt, what's up, man?
Man, nothing much. Just happy to be here another week. Happy, we got part one done of the list we talked about, to start the season. So, yeah, just glad to be here and talk some Bills football.
Absolutely. And we have, our guy, Rad, your guy, Rad, a.k.a. All-Purpose Rad. Rad, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm great, bro. This is this the year, bro. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Super Bowl. I don't want to jinx nothing, but this the year, so I'm happy to be a part of this year. This the Bills year, man. Let's get it.
It's funny you say that. My father, he just said, I don't know why he said it, because he's not a Bills fan. He hates the Bills. But he said, Sam, you probably want to put all your money on the Bills. They're going to win the Super Bowl. I don't know. Just randomly. He said that to me today. Randomly, he said that to me today. But, that remains to be seen. But, but before we get into all the nitty gritty, all the minutia of what we're going to talk about today, let me let you know, shout out to Buffalo fan base. And 26 shirts. We want you to follow them. We appreciate them and the collab that we're doing. So shout out to them. So please go support them on all platforms. And with that being said, Matt, please let the people know who's sponsoring the show today.
Yes, sir. This show and every other show is brought to you by the good people at Buffalo Wing Kings. There's two things the guys at the Overdue Bills podcast know. That's Bills football and that's wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. It's football season, everybody. You got the playoffs coming up. We got a long run of Bills football coming up. So make sure on Sundays, Mondays, Thursday nights, whenever we're playing, Saturdays, you hit up our guys at Buffalo Wing Kings to get you right with all your wing needs. Also, be checking out. We'll be posting their new hours come January, and then they're going to have their online ordering available come January 1st or January 2nd. I got to double check on that date, but definitely check out our guys, Uber Eats, their new online ordering system. It's going to be easy. I order from those guys probably like once a week, always fire. So stop down to see him at 484 Elmwood Avenue, or give him a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say, and we know, they got the best wings in town, hands down. And make sure you mention our name, the Overdue Bills podcast. Get 10% off your order.
10.
Shout out to Buffalo Wing Kings. Definitely shout out to them. And let's do a little bit of housekeeping. OverdueBillsPod.com. OverdueBillsPod.com. We want you to go to the website. We have a lot of amazing things over there. So please go to the website. And please go check us out. Merch, articles, just the whole nine. Everything Overdue Bills is over there. So please go consume all of that content. And we want you to like, share, rate, and review, subscribe. Do all of those amazing things so we can get the word out. And with that being said, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the show, man. Shout out to everybody in the comments so far. A lot of things going on this week. I know a lot of fantasy implications is going on. We're gonna get to it. Don't worry about it. We're going to get to it. But I got a quick question of the day, and I know Matt is our resident insider as it relates to season tickets, right? And I do want to ask Matt this question. Matt, did you throw a snowball? I want to know. Did you at the game? Did you throw? Were you one of the people who threw a snowball?
No, I was not. I'm going to plead the fifth on that. But I was not one of the people that was throwing snowballs. And luckily, where I sit is in the ends, like the corner, almost in the end zone. So I had nobody above me. So I wasn't getting hit with any of the snowballs that were getting thrown down from 300 levels. So I lucked out there.
The 100 section was getting killed, is what you're saying.
Oh, they were getting smoked. All game.
Oh, wow.
The people that had the Mac Jones rag arm, they weren't making it to the field. They were smoking people in the 100 levels. 100%.
Oh, wow. So let me ask you this, because obviously we weren't there, and if you've ever been to a game, when they're talking over the PA system, obviously we can't hear at home. So Matt, when everybody was throwing snowballs and then the whole thing, I don't know if y'all heard this, but at home, it was said that McDaniels went to the refs and, there was the whole 15-yard penalty, whatever.
Yeah, we saw him talking to the refs. Yeah.
No, you were there at the game?
No, on TV, they showed him talking to the refs.
No, I know. I'm saying we seen that. I'm talking about Matt. Like, Matt is there, so obviously we see something different from what he's saying. My question is, did they on the PA system tell everybody to stop? That's my question.
Yeah, so they definitely made an announcement, but like you said, you really couldn't hear it, but they did put it up on all the jumbotron screens, to stop throwing things, and you'll be ejected if you're caught throwing things, blah blah blah. And then it's just like a teacher when they turn their back or whatever, people just start throwing snowballs again.
All that does is make people throw snowballs. I mean, you got to know that.
And then
you do have to tell them to stop.
Yeah,
but they're going to continue because they're going to continue. I mean,
my favorite part was the touchdowns, though. Touchdowns. We have fireworks and people just throwing snow in there. That was pretty dope. So
yeah, it was fire.
I didn't partake in that throwing the snow either, but it was cool to see it around me.
I ain't gonna hold you when the Miami was near the end zone, they was throwing the balls at Tyreek and stuff, snowballs at Tyreek. That was a bit wild. I was like, yo, this is wild. I know, like, you just can't have that, but it's funny watching it. But it's like, yo, you can't be throwing up snowballs at cuz when he's trying to catch the ball. That's kind of wild, but it is.
No, when anytime anybody was in the red zone, the refs were like in the back of the end zone. People were trying to hit them to death, like they were going to get a prize. They were trying crazy. I commend the refs for keeping focus and stay. That's ultimate professionalism, because they were getting some of them got hit, in the back, or I didn't see anybody get hit in the head or anything. But man, that was ultimate focus by the refs for sure, because they were trying to take them out.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I thought that plot twist, thumbs down on Sean McDermott, thumbs down on Brandon Beane, thumbs down on the Pagula family, because I honestly thought that even Josh Allen, for that matter, I thought that one of them should have got a mic and told the fans to stop. Once 15 yards started, once that narrative got into it and the refs had said that, it's immediately we need to stop, because if we get a 15-yard penalty for this, we're going to be very, very, very upset, and it's going to happen at an inopportune time. So I honestly thought that Josh Allen was going to get a mic. Somebody's going to mic him yo, relax, chill, everybody relax, because we will listen to him. If he tells the fans to stop throwing a snowball, they're going to stop. That's just what we're doing. So that's why I'm that's the only. Yeah, one of them yo, chill, stop doing that. We're gonna get a 15-yard penalty. I thought that they honestly should have done that, but it is what it is. I'm not.
They somewhat policed themselves towards the end. It didn't turn out to be nothing. It was fun in games. It was something to talk about. Hey, you can't really it's like somebody's gonna. It's like somebody trying to run on the field. You can't really. You kind of just hope they don't do that, but.
On the flip side, though, if I was a Miami fan, I would have been throwing the shit out of snowballs once they said we were going to get a 15-yard penalty. So that's just
I didn't think about that.
Trying to help the squad out.
Right. I didn't think about that. But with that being said, I do want to talk about injuries. Jordan Phillips was out. Bates was out. Mitch Morris got hurt. Matt, as it relates to our offensive line, are you in a pressure situation, are you comfortable? Like, obviously, we want everybody to be healthy, but Van Roten, Questenberg, are you comfortable with the replacements as it relates to us moving further and further into this playoff run?
You know, I'm comfortable, I guess I would say, in the AFC because you know, a lot of AFC defenses really don't scare me. But man, if we do make it to that Super Bowl and we have the, you know, a ragtag bunch going against that defensive line from the Cowboys or the Eagles, right?
San Fran, bro. It's San Fran.
Or San Fran,
Yeah,
right?
my
So
guy.
we gotta have our best unit in that game. You know, we have to. So I would say I'm comfortable up until then.
Interesting.
With a mixed bag of linemen.
Right.
I'm good. You know, I think we are aware of, you know, the deficiencies that we possibly have. You know, I think we adjust. I think we bring in the tight ends to help, and we run the ball more. We can get Josh out of the pocket. You know, I think we're a smart enough team, a savvy enough team to adjust. You know, to not just drop back Josh every play and serve him up on a silver platter if that's the issue for us. So I think we'll adjust to that. I trust Ken Dorsey in that.
Okay. All right. I mean, listen, I just wanted to ask the question because, you know, we're looking out and we're seeing this because we're not all the way healthy, and hopefully we can be all the way healthy, you know, when we get to playoff time. But with that being said, we do have to recap this game. An amazing game, 32-29, riveting game, came down to the wire. If you was out there, this was one of those games, if you left, you regretted leaving, right? No matter what the situation is. Because I was talking to even some coworkers, and it was said that even like certain sheriffs that was out there didn't get home till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, right? You know what I mean? It was that type of, you know, environment leaving the stadium after the game. But with that being said, I wanted to ask you guys, Matt, Rad, and everybody out there, can y'all give me one play from the game, one defining moment, or just one play that you want to highlight? You can I'll do it this way. Yeah, you just highlight that. Highlight one play if you can. Matt.
For me, it's the touchdown right before the half, man. You know, those are the type of games, those are the type of plays that, you know, obviously win games, and then we need to capitalize on those moments every single week to kind of give ourselves a comfortable lead, or just, you know, cashing in on those opportunities. So that play at the end of the half to James Cook, that was the key play for me.
So were you like upset that Josh did that? I mean, because like at the end of the day, like granted, it was an amazing play, and thank God it worked out. But that, in all actuality, that was a bad play. Josh Allen should not have done that. It's year 5. He should have got rid of the ball, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're not mad at the result, right? So
no,
yeah.
I mean, but that's feast or famine, though.
But but those are the kind of plays that makes Josh. So you gotta live with the bad, and to more than likely get the good out of it. And he more than likely gets those plays, and it turns out to be good. And that's why we love Josh, and that's why Josh is an MVP caliber type of player now.
Rad, can you give me one play?
Yeah, Mike said it in the comments. Shout out to Mike D. The 40-yard run from Josh, right? You know, the offense was looking a little stagnant towards the end of the game. You know, we couldn't get everything going, and Josh started using his feet. You know, that's what make him dynamic. That's what make him, I think, the best quarterback in the NFL. You know, he can take off, and he can outrun and beat your safeties and your cornerbacks and or run them over or something like that, and break a 40-yard run. You know what I mean? So I think that play sparked us, sparked the fans, sparked the team. Let you know that Josh. I hear you on the play right here. You talking about right there that but that's what make you who he is, right? He not gonna give up, right? When we watch somebody like Mahomes, do the underhand passes and do things like that. He's very similar. He doesn't give up on plays, right? He doesn't he not gonna check the ball away. He trying to score. He know that if he can keep the play the extra 5, 6, 7 seconds, his guys is going to get open. He trusts his arm. we got a quarterback that trusts his arm to the fullest extent. So
Yeah.
I'm not mad at Josh for taking those extra seconds because that type of thing can happen. You know what I mean? That can happen right there, a touchdown. You know what I mean? So, and we needed the touchdown. To be honest with you, we needed that touchdown. So I'm not mad at that play at all. But that 40-yard run Josh had was key, was huge, and Josh being Josh.
For me, and this is for me, it was. I think I want to say it was on Waddle or Hill when Trey White was checking him, and he did the 5-yard out, and Trey White got out there. For me, it's that because Trey White showed me that even though he's not there all the way, he showed me that he can get back to where he was
mentally there.
Like he believes in his mind that he's top 5 corner in the league. Like he believes that, so he's pressing up. He's getting in there, even though he's going to get beat. Like I see that. Don't get me wrong. He will get beat. There are plays he will get beat, but in his mind, he can do what he. You know what I'm saying? He can do it. He can play with the best of them, and I like that. Show me. I'm from Missouri. Show me state. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that from Trey White, and that gave me confidence in my mind. Like, whew, thank God. Like we still got one of those guys back there. It's gonna take him some time, but we still have one of those guys. And with that being said, I do want to transition. We talked about a player. I need everybody out there to give me one. Talk about a play. I need everybody out there to give me one player. One player yesterday who we want to highlight. And obviously, you know what I mean? There are a lot of obvious picks, but Matt, I'm going to go to you first. Yeah. Matt, give me one player who you want to highlight from the other day.
Well, I'm going to highlight, our leading receiver from the game, a guy that I was getting ready to put on a milk carton in Dawson Knox. He put together two games in a row, 2 weeks in a row where it showed, all right, man, we gave him a little bit of money. He's looking comfortable out there again. He's becoming a dependable target again for Josh, and that's going to be big going into this run. So that's definitely one player I want to highlight for sure. And shout out to him, bringing me over the top in fantasy this week in my playoff matchup too.
Yeah, shout out Knox. Rad.
You kind of stole my thunder a little bit. I wanted to give some props to Trey White, and I know he got burnt sometimes, but he definitely not, but he was facing the 2 fastest receivers in the NFL in Waddle, or 2 of the top 5, Waddle and Tyreek Hill. But I just liked his moxie. I liked, just Trey White. He gonna get back. And by the time when the Super Bowl comes, because I believe we're gonna be there, I think he's gonna be right. He's gonna be probably 90% of what he needs to be. And he's gonna be aggressive. He's gonna make plays. He's gonna make a key interception for us. He's gonna make plays down the stretch in the playoff run. I'm happy we got him. I hope we got that play. That savvy back. That all pro guy back there. That's really gonna be there. Gonna make a key play with a Poyer. Because obviously we don't got high. So we having White back with a Poyer, them high level vets, it's gonna pay dividends in the playoffs. So for me, Trey White just being confident, being who he is, being back there, it was huge for me.
Absolutely. Mike stole my thunder. It's Shaq Lawson, man. Shaq Lawson, aka Shaq Lawson. I'm gonna keep it a stack bundle. He honestly, when Von Miller went out, Shaq Lawson looks like the best player on the line. He's
most consistent.
Absolutely. Sure. He's consistently making plays, like big plays. Like he's showing up in big moments. You know what I'm saying? Like he's around, he's active. And obviously this is somebody who was on the team who, we allowed to let go. Miami paid him a whole bunch of money. He went to the Jets. He went pretty much everywhere else in the division but the Patriots. And he's back with us and he's showing up for us, right?
He playing like that first round pick we made on him.
And sometimes it happens that way, right? Talent. We know he's talented, but at the end of the day, sometimes he can't put it all together. It seems like he's putting it all together, and we need that. Like, we need somebody like that on the line. Like, obviously, he's not Von Miller, but he's doing a good job. He's doing something that we need. We really do need him. So, shout out to Shaq Lawson. And I'm going to say this honorable mention for me is James Cook because he's not a wasted pick. It wasn't a wasted pick. He actually has talent. He can play football. He's actually a football player. Like as I'm watching, he's a football player. Journeyman, can play the game of football. So shout out to him. But let me transition. Let me ask y'all this because I want to know this, especially for y'all in the comments. There are a lot of things that happened in the game Saturday. A lot of things that happened in the game, especially even defensively. So, Rad, I want to go to you first. Rad, can you give me some takeaways? Can you give me some takeaways moving forward from the game? Do you think we need some things that we need to work on? Some things you saw that kind of troubled you? Just 2 takeaways from the game.
I don't know if this is probably for every defense, but obviously speed is going to hurt us. You know, obviously, we saw that last. Huh?
I mean, Miami has an enormous amount of speed. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like one of those. Of course, clearly speed hurts any team, but you know, because the type of defense we place, you know, we kind of that big play, that big shot play. That if we got people could beat the zone, could just split the zone, and that's what Waddle did, right? And we saw the Tremaine Edmonds, motion to Poyer to let him know, like, you know, look what's about, you know, this is open. And he just ran right past everybody. Right. And it was like, geez. You know what I mean? So that type of communication, that you want to shore up those things. Obviously, we're not playing wide receivers that dynamic every week, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You know, people see that, and people going to try to replicate that. A Chiefs going to try to replicate that. You know, Philly, if we go to the Super Bowl, NFC, people's going to try to replicate that with their fast guys. So just on the defensive end, shoring up those, you know, when we in zone, shoring up those them big gaps. You know what I mean? So just more communication, shoring up those things. That's the biggest takeaway. I think we're good though. I think it's a tough game. We're in that period of the season where games are going to be tougher, right? People understand. Like, people understand Ken Dorsey's sweet spots. People know what he want to do, and people are adjusting to him, and he got to do that next adjustment. So I have faith that Ken Dorsey's in somewhere being a mad scientist, figuring out the next phase of what this offense is going to look like in the playoffs. But right now, I think winning these games, getting the division, potentially getting that number 1 seed, that's what we're working on, and trying to win these games at any point, any means necessary. So I'm good with how we won. It was a tough game. We got it done.
Matt.
Yeah, and a lot of people are hitting it on the head in the comments. Just as far as the defense wise, we gotta tackle better, man. I think last year we were the number 1 team in giving up, not giving up big plays, and I think a lack of tackling and things like that are leading to some of these big plays and long touchdowns that are kind of keeping teams in the game or giving them a little bit of juice, a little bit of life. So I'm going to just say, tackling better throughout the season and just making more plays, limiting less big plays on the defensive side.
I ain't going to hold you. I wasn't getting paid when I played football, but tackling in the cold is not fun. You try not to. You try to do super shoulder, extra shoulder. But this is not an excuse. I'm talking about from my personal experience. It's like, real people, football players, you got to overcome that and get paid millions of dollars. I understand that, but tackling the cold, that's something you don't want to do. I know that for a fact.
But even with the Vikings,
that's not the
Dolphins. We're having issues.
We have. It's not.
We have issues.
The cold for sure.
But Mostert, he should tackle him. He light.
Oh yeah.
He's not.
Well, I mean, Mostert looked like Derrick Henry. I mean, but that's what he looked like, and I think. As far as our run defense, our run defense was terrible, and I don't know if it was as simple as Jordan Phillips being out. I don't want to reduce it to that level because, I mean, I'm not saying that Jordan Phillips is not an important player. It's possible. It's very possible.
That's very important.
But that was just insane. Like, we just looked really, 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 really bad. And I don't know if it was a scheme issue, Leslie Frazier, something that we need to look at. I don't want us to be that team in the playoffs where it doesn't even matter if a team pass, they could just run all over us.
Yeah.
But with that being said, for me, I think that Elam, my takeaway is that Kaiir Elam needs to start moving forward.
You think so?
I'm comfortable with Elam and Trey White. I'm comfortable with Elam and Trey White, right? Because at the end of the day, Elam has the talent. And when he's out there, I'm watching him. I mean, he's going to get beat. Like, people get beat. But at least I know he has the height. And I know he can get out there and do something. He can make a play, and he will make a play. What we do know for a fact is that Dane Jackson is just not it. He was never drafted to be it. He doesn't have the talent to be it. He is who he is. He's a 7th-round pick. He can spot. He can get in there. But at the end of the day, we need to go with the player with the most talent. That's how I feel about it. Because at the end of the day, Trey White is not that. We looking at him. He's not that, but he actually is that. and he will get to that point because it's in him. You know what I mean? It's not in Dane Jackson. It's in Elam. It's not. It's in Trey White. Let's stick with the players it's in. Like, period. End of discussion. I think we need to move forward in that. And also, too, we can run the ball. Like, James Cook is a good player. Devin Singletary is a good player. I am not advocating to take the ball out of Josh Allen's hands. But what I am advocating is those RPOs and stuff like that. We can do that. Like, we can get that popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, we can, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not saying screens all the time, but I think our offensive line can be helped if we run the ball just a little bit more. Just a couple.
So you talking about right? We talking about like that type of. I'm not trying. It's a copycat league, but that San Fran type of style where
all that
type of throw where it's like get the ball,
a lot of motion.
Let's go. Obviously, Josh is you don't gotta pacify Josh. He can throw the ball a million yards down the field.
Right.
So you want to open that up, but having that little wrinkle where get the ball out, let these playmakers do what they can do, and let them boys work. And James Cook and I think Singletary, even Hines can do that. You know,
right? Like let's get some Debo action. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever that, all that screen, all that motion, all that stuff. Like zone. Like let's start implementing. It clearly it works, so it can work for us as well. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, great win from us, amazing. And with that being said, let me ask y'all guys this before we transition to this Bears game. Do you believe that is Josh Allen getting better? Like from where he was at in the mid-season, like Josh Allen is getting better. Matt, how do you feel about our starting quarterback moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say he's getting better. I think he's just kind of on pace with what we thought his potential could be. Because he started out good. Obviously, he had some. It's like him last year. He had some questionable games. Mahomes, did it too. He did it this year also. So it's like I can't say that he's getting better, but he's kind of right where we need him to be. He takes the game over with his feet, and he can. He threw 4 touchdowns for 300 yards. It didn't even seem like it.
Rat.
I think so, right? I can parallel with the first Miami game, right? It was a close game. We go down there, we do everything right. We go, he make, like you said, that play where he messed up the snap in Miami. This time he extended the play and he throw a touchdown right before half. Last game it was he missed McKenzie out there on the flat. This game he hit Knox for the go-ahead touchdown and he go over the top for the 2-point conversion. So yes, he understand the moment. I think it's slowing down for him. He know when to run, when not to run, and let it go. I want him to slide more, but whatever. That's how he played football. He a big guy, run people over, do what you gotta do. So yeah, I think he's getting better. I think everything is slowing down for him. You know what I mean? I think just him understanding what to do, when to do it, at what time, for sure. I think 1,000% he's getting better.
Yeah, I mean Josh Allen is money, right? Like at the end of the day, Miami played a great game. They had a great game plan. They came in ready and they played well. I mean, they played well enough to win the game. But the fundamental difference is we have Josh Allen and they have Tua Tagovailoa. That was literally the difference in the game. Period. End discussion. Both defenses made some stops. But at the end of the day, we have a player that they don't have. And it's kind of amazing that we can say that as Buffalo Bills fans because we haven't really been able to say that. I mean, just like keep it a stacked bundle. But we have one of those guys. I don't even say one of those guys. We just have that guy. Like he's that guy now. Like he's not one because there is not one of him. There is no other Josh Allen in the league.
No.
And so moving forward, like I'm content. I'm actually like I'm almost at a point where it's like, granted, I don't want the defense to be terrible, but it's like just be mediocre and we're okay. Like I think he can overcome your mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? He can overcome mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
But we're not mediocre defense. So.
No, we're not. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Even if we're down, he can bring us back. Like we have that guy. So like I love it. Like I love these pressure moments where our quarterback shows up now. He shows up. And with that being said, I don't know what's going on with this Bears game. I'm not sure because apparently it's supposed to be a storm in Chicago.
Negative 30 degrees.
So I'm not sure what the NFL is going to do, but I want to ask this question, Matt, because I think in the last 7 out of 8 games, we haven't covered the spread at all. So I'm going to ask this again. Is 9 points too many points, Matt? We're favored by -9. Is that too many points?
No, and I'm gonna still ring true. I don't think it's too many, especially against the opponent that we have in the Bears. And then we're gonna go into a game where it's gonna be cold. It's probably gonna be snowing where we're used to it. So I don't think it's too many. I think nine is pretty good.
Right? How do you feel about it? Do you think they should move the game?
No, I don't think they should move the game. I mean, it's cold. I don't, it's cold.
We can go back to Detroit.
No, I don't think they should move the game. I think the spread is a reflection of. I think we're 9 points better than the Bears now. Weather and all that type of stuff plays a factor, and it's going to be a different game. It's a difficult game. It's a team that already locked up playoff against a team that's just playing for nothing. All those different intangibles, and you can't really account for it. But yeah, I think we're a 9 point favorite. They got an elite guy in Justin Fields with his legs, who's gonna make who you think is at one point gonna not do that anymore. But it's like the switch is on, and he understands that he's faster than everybody on the field now. So he's going to make plays. He's that electric with his legs. So I think Justin Fields gonna keep the Bears in the game for as long as he can. But overall, we got the better guy, and we gonna stop him because they limited offensively, and their defense is not isn't good anymore. They traded away Roquan Smith. Other guys is hurt, so yeah, I think their defense give up yards. We gonna score, and Justin Fields just don't got enough yet.
And we're in a good spot too. Like as far as we still have a lot to play for at this point in the season. We obviously clinching the playoffs, right? We're in that spot, but then we are, if we win this game, we also clinch the AFC East, either with a win in Chicago or a Miami loss. Either one that happens, we lock up the division. And then the other part of it is that Kansas City's right on our heels, so we can't really, if we want to continue the goals that the Bills have set for themselves, they have to keep winning. So we're in a good position going into this game.
And I'm not even mad about you, right? The Bears, they one of them tough teams. They just played the Eagles tough, right?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, wasn't threw picks early on. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is Josh Allen because he's not. We saw that, we see that. But I think a team like the Bears with this type of quarterback is going to keep us on our heels.
Yeah,
and it's a good test for us late in the season. They 3-11. They're not a good football team, but they're feisty. Once again, Justin Fields is he's doing his college quarterback thing where he's just running everywhere. So it's a good match for us. It's a good thing for us just this late in the season.
Yeah, I want this. I don't think the 9 points is too much. I don't know if we're gonna cover because we just don't cover. But I want Leslie Frazier to scheme something up. I want Leslie Frazier because he's a great coach, and Sean McDermott. I want them to get to a point where people can be scared of us how they were scared of the Patriots. And what I mean by that is Bill Belichick was able to scheme, like when we played against rookie quarterbacks and stuff like that, when Bill Belichick did, they sucked because whatever he did, I don't know, whatever he did with his defense, they just were bad all the time. I think that Leslie Frazier and Sean McDermott, if you want to win the marbles, like, y'all got to start doing that. Like, scheme some stuff up so this game is not difficult. So we can take out Justin Fields so he can look like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. And then our offense can score, hopefully even in this frigid weather, 24 points, 24 donut, 24-3, we could go home. You know what I mean? Like I want to see that. I want to see that evolution of our coaches. I don't think that's too much to ask for.
I think that's not too much to ask. You asking them to be the greatest defensive mind in NFL history. That's what you're asking them to be.
Okay, do that.
Okay,
Next.
You know what I mean? Bill Belichick, yes, I want them to be there. I think Leslie.
I mean, you can scheme. There are other coaches who can scheme good. That's not like a thing.
No, but you're asking them to be the greatest mind, the defensive mind in NFL history.
I'm asking them to scheme.
That's what Bill Belichick is, and that's what he did against.
Okay, I'm asking y'all to have a great scheme. That's all I'm asking. But I kind of wanted to get into the playoff picture, but I'm gonna wait because it's so bunched up and we really don't know right now. So I'm gonna give it maybe another week, maybe 2 weeks, and then we're gonna start talking about it. I want to start talking about playoff matchups and how we feel moving forward with that whole piece of it. But with that being said, man, shout out to everybody in the comments, shout out to everybody on the show. Definitely an amazing show. But Matt, let the people know, man, who won the contest and what the contest is all about.
Yeah, so we had a different winner this week. We had Matt Augustine was the winner this week. He predicted the total passing yards. I think Josh Allen threw for like 304 yards and he rushed for 77. Nobody predicted the correct score, so we went with the tiebreaker, which was Josh Allen's passing yards, and he guessed 291. I think he was the closest to the passing yards. So shout out to you, Matt. You won a $30 gift card to Buffalo Wing Kings. So this week we're gonna do it's Christmas time, guys. So we're gonna do a double prize this week. I'm gonna give away 2 prizes, kind of like how we did for Thanksgiving. We didn't announce it on the show, but we ended up giving away first prize, which was a $30 gift card to Buffalo Wing Kings, and a second prize, which is the hat that I'm wearing right now. We'll get it shipped out to you as a second prize. So the contest is going to be the same. It's going to be predict the score for the Chicago Bears versus the Buffalo Bills this weekend. And as a tiebreaker, we're going to keep it rolling with Josh Allen's passing yards, and as a secondary tiebreaker, we're going to do Josh Allen's rushing yards. So you want to submit those predictions, and good luck, and hopefully you guys can win.
Please do that. Shout out to us. Ever since we switched it back to Josh Allen's passing yards as a tiebreaker, we've been 5-0, and that's just the facts. Like, listen, I'm not saying we're superstitious. I'm just laying out the facts to everybody. So let's just keep the ball rolling. Let's win out. You know what I mean? Let's be one of those teams that went out and finished strong. But with that being said, shout out to Mike D. Shout out to Mills. Be on the lookout for the Instagram show. Follow us on all of our socials, man. We really want everybody to follow us on all of our socials, man. Please do that. Like, share, rate, review, and subscribe. And we'll be back. But before we do that, let the people know how we end every show with a little bit of that. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey.
We got to get it better, man. We got to get it
Only Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and down.
Let's see why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Now, baby, come on, come on.